Alright, I think we're good on everything. So we'll talk to her. I like how look is most of the time just so-and-so is standing or sitting there. Do you know about the Better Business Bureau?
I've heard of it. The blood-brain barrier, right?
Oh, right, that.
Inside the skull, there's an army of little teeny tiny soldiers that surround the brain. They protect the brain from bad stuff in the blood, right?
Oh, I vaguely remember this from college, you know?
That's almost it, yeah.
The blood-brain barrier describes the architecture of the microvessels of the brain. It is a kind of shield that protects the brain. To get through, an object must be no larger than 0.4 nanometers. Objects too large to slip through the barrier cannot physically access the brain.
Alright, you probably need to know about that. What about nanotechnology?
Nanotech? Yeah! Technology related to really small things. Like, really teeny tiny things. And when they make a machine, they're called nanomachines. I heard they use them a lot for medical and tech fields. Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said. Well, I don't know if it was like beep, beep or rrr. But anyway, nanotechnology costs tons of money. Only a few people can even afford it. My college professor said only the richest of the rich have nanotechnology. But he's pretty liberal, so...
Largely accurate. Nano is a prefix meaning 10 to the negative 9th power. A nanometer is therefore 0.0000000001 meters. The sync machine uses machines approximately 2.16 nanometers long. Viruses are on average 20 to 970 nanometers, so sync nanomachines are far smaller than that. This allows them to access neural circuitry. During a sync, the nanomachines are used to write in the syncer's data.
Interesting. And she seems to know a lot about this. What about the Wadget system?
I guess not.
You heard of... Yeah, you're not too good to hear about the Wadget system?
No, I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's the core programming behind AI, right?
That's right. What's wrong?
What?
You're shivering.
It's cold in here.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
To borrow Pewter's explanation, with the advent of the Wadjet system, we can extract the data of the human psyche. This data is sent to the brain, which achieves the sync.
Okay, you have the basics down. Let me explain how syncing works. Syncers like me equip the sync gear and use it to access the subject's brain. Inside the helmet are nanocables.
Yeah, just tell her everything. I'm sure these are like government secrets or something.
And on the tip of each of these cables is a special nanomachine. But the machine can't reach the brain through blood alone. Do you know why?
The BBB soldiers say go away and push them back?
Well, yeah, kind of. But for the sync to work, we have to get the nanomachines into the brain itself. How do we do that?
Drill a hole in the skull?
No.
In Shovel Forge, you can use a pickaxe and...
No, it has nothing to do with tools. We don't have to open a hole. Skulls already have holes in them. One of those holes is the optic canal, which is a nerve canal located behind the eyes. The nanocables of the sync gear go through your eyes.
Ooh, that sounds uncomfortable.
Then go to the back of your eye socket. Then through the optic canal to the sea.
The sea?
The sea of brain cells, anyway.
That sounds kind of romantic.
No, that sounds kind of painful.
It's only a chunk of protein.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, the thought of the nanomachines going through your eye, or, you know, through your optic canal or whatever, it just sounds, like, uncomfortable.
Once the nanocables arrive at their destination, they can begin the sync process. They slide into the brain like roots of a tree. and on the tip of each cable, the nanomachine sends and receives data. This is controlled by the Wadjet system.
We're gonna pump this into your eyeball.
And that's
gonna touch
how
your
the sinker
brain.
and the subject exchange information.
Exchange?
Think of it this way. The human brain has a max capacity of one psyche, one consciousness.
Multiple instances of consciousness inside one brain can cause a total collapse of higher brain functions.
You know how a car only has one steering wheel? If there were two, there would be accidents all over the place.
Well, don't some planes have 2 control sticks?
Yeah, but they control the same thing.
Okay, maybe it wasn't the best metaphor. What I'm trying to say is that the human body can only hold one person. If you try to have 2 people inside one brain, it will break.
I see.
Because of this, the sinker's data goes inside the subject's brain. And the only thing inside the subject's mind at the time of the sync are their memories. Like a house with no one inside. We sinkers break into the house, look for clues, and leave. All within 6 minutes.
There's a time limit?
Yes, or else the house will collapse on our heads.
The neural circuits would become too deeply entwined with one another. To put it simply, the sinker would be trapped inside the subject's house.
Thank you for explaining it. I don't completely understand how sync works, but still.
Just don't tell anyone. This is extremely
Yeah,
confidential.
this is like a super mega confident, so why would you say this?
It's okay, I won't. Date, tell me this. Who did you sync with yesterday?
Didn't I show you his picture? Congressman So Sejima.
So that's why you know so much about him.
But you've never met him, right?
I haven't, I swear. Hey, Date, you saw my corpse here, right?
I did. I'm sure of it.
And in SoStream, you saved me from getting killed.
Yeah,
And then somehow, I resurrected.
yeah.
Date, that means you're... Achoo!
Date, is the cold too much for Iris?
Yeah, I'm freezing too. Iris, let's get out of here for now.
Roger that!
Alright. So we actually learned a lot there. Much better than when we went to the shrine. So I'm getting close to running out of time before I need to stop, but we got about 8 minutes left, so... we're gonna go ahead and get started.
I'm so hungry.
Tessa? Why are you here?
I told Date I was hungry, so...
Oh, right. Yeah, this diner.
I've always wanted to eat here.
I'll have my usual, Ota.
Yes, right away.
Ota flew into the kitchen. Iris watched him go and took a seat. How you doing over there, Ota? Watching us go on a date? We got a lot to look at in here.
Hey, what has 2 hands on its face?
A mom playing peekaboo!
Yeah, exactly.
Good one, Ota.
Date, wanna have a pillow fight?
Tessa, not in the store, please.
Salt, pepper, a blend of red cayenne and spices, and an unidentified liquid.
Mayumi's juice with mold?
Okay.
Date, you're drooling.
Oh, I'm just really hungry.
Hungry for lovin'?
Kuroda Kazuaki's grilled tongue with salt.
Mmm, yum. They have a lot to say in here, don't they?
Ring ring. Who's on the phone?
Who cares?
Where's your mom at? I guess maybe she left you to watch the store while she does whatever. We'll talk to you in a bit. I want to finish looking at the room.
Oh, that's Hayashi Samba's Hayashi Vangole.
Who?
Some celebrity. I guess that's as high as we can look. Guess it's probably
Tessa,
late.
could you kick that bucket there?
You're probably sleeping. Or getting ready to close, I should say.
Sure. Like this?
Yeah, but more.
Like this?
This is awesome!
I did not realize there was someone more perverted than Date.
Why do you... I don't get it. What's the bucket thing?
Hey, Date, I've got this video of girls in bikinis washing this armored car. Wanna watch?
Absolutely not.
Thanks. He's such, like, these characters are so strange.
That's a Martian.
That's just a stool.
Like, they'll just be really strange sometimes, and everyone kind of just takes it in stride. What's your usual?
Omelet rice. Ota's omelet rice is so good it gives me stomach cramps.
Ouch.
Is that a compliment?
You're embarrassing me.
Well, Ota appears to have taken it as a compliment.
Alright, I think that's good enough for right now. So, I'm gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back in a bit. I've got some burritos to eat. So, see you guys in a bit. Alright, so that worked out really well, actually. I'm now full, and I feel like I've got more energy, so we can probably keep going for, quite a while longer. Alright, so, next question. You been here before?
Yeah, I have.
Have you met Ota's mother, Mayumi?
Yeah, but I don't think she likes me.
No, she doesn't.
That's not true.
Is that box still here? No, there was that box with the A-set thing before.
Mom is just jealous of how pretty you are, Tessa.
Not very reassuring. Whether out of jealousy or otherwise, she still doesn't like Iris.
Iris, about your coming back to life.
Hold it! What do you mean coming back to life?
I decided to tell Ota about Iris's resurrection.
Date jumped into a parallel world where I'm still alive.
Tessa died?
Yep.
Continues to chop vegetables or whatever he's doing. Ota's cooking in the kitchen.
She's in the living room. I think she's watching TV.
How about you? What are you doing here?
I was just doing some meditation, lying on the ground.
He means sleeping.
Date, why are you with Tessa?
We're on a date.
We are
Not Shovel Forge.
on a date.
Oh, a date. Huh. A date?
Yep.
I'm on an investigation, and she wouldn't let me go.
Date, I have some delicious fugu eggs. I promise they're not poisoned. Would you like some?
No thanks. I'm fine.
Yeah. My dad taught me when I was little.
You're making me something too, right?
Sure, my treat, Date.
It's gonna be poisoned.
You're still looking for him? Well, like I told you before, I don't know.
Alright, that wasn't very helpful.
Hey, can you tell me about this parallel world idea in more detail?
Oh, sure. How should I explain this? Well, Oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, if we tie, nothing happens. We just shake hands. If I win, you have to give me something.
What if I win?
I'll do anything.
Anything?
Mm-hmm. Anything.
Okay.
Date, your heart rate is rapidly increasing. Why exactly is that?
All right, let's do this.
Whoa, Dante, calm down.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
You always gotta go with rock, I'm pretty sure.
Shoot.
A tie.
The most boring result. Well, we agreed on the rules. Let's shake hands. Shaky, shaky.
I shook hands with Iris.
We just played rock, paper, scissors, right? We tied and shook hands. But in a different timeline, maybe I got a reward from you. Or maybe you could have seen me naked or something.
Why did I choose rock?
What exactly were you going to make her do?
So those timelines are what I'd call a parallel world.
So you think I jumped from a world in which you were dead to this one where you're alive?
That's what I think.
Huh. Parallel world, huh? I can't believe it, but...
Sure you can. Parallel worlds exist. Do you know about the Mandela effect? Or the Booba Kiki effect? Or the 100 million balls? If I explained that, would you believe me?
Sounds really interesting, Tessa. I know some urban legends like that. The spatial temporal man, and the lost friend, and the story of two sisters.
I've heard people talking about it. Okay, we got a lot of people, or a lot of things to ask about.
Do you know Nelson Mandela?
Well, yeah. The former president of South Africa. He helped abolish apartheid.
He died in 2013, but a strange thing happened. When the news broke, people all over the world thought, didn't Mandela die in prison in 1980? That's the Mandela effect. It's when your memory and history have discrepancies. There are lots of examples, like the name of this kid's book with the bears having different spellings, or people remembering that Kennedy was assassinated in a 4-seat car. But in our world, he was in a 6-seat car.
Huh. I thought it was a 4-seater too.
Or that electric mouse from that video game. You probably remember the tip of its tail being black.
It wasn't?
Nope, it's all yellow. And the design didn't change.
Oh.
Lines from movies, company logos, historical events, and little things. The Mandela effect is everywhere. Why do you think that is?
Because those memories are from parallel worlds?
That would explain it, I guess.
Or maybe they remembered it incorrectly?
Dante, look at this picture.
Iris pulled up a picture on her phone.
There's a famous experiment regarding this picture. You show this image to people around the world and ask a question. Which one is Booba And which one is Kiki? Believe it or not, 98% of people asked have the same answer. The rounder one is Booba, and the jagged one is Kiki. Isn't that weird? In other words, everyone thinks that Booba is a certain way and Kiki is the other. It applies universally across languages and cultures. It's like something ingrained inside all humans.
Interesting.
Like worshipping the sun and the sea. Or thinking that the mother is soft and the father is jagged. Regardless of your culture or background, you probably think this way. It's what Jung called the collective unconscious. There exists a second psychic system of a collective, universal, and impersonal nature, which is identical in all individuals.
How do you know about all this? It's pretty
That's
deep.
what Jung said about it. Think of it like bamboo. Bamboo stalks look like individual plants since they're separated. But underground, they're all connected. Human psyches might be like that too, connected at a subconscious level. That's...
The parallel world?
Yeah! You saved me in the dream, right? And dreams are all about our subconscious minds. So if you follow the roots...
You get to another bamboo stalk.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright, and the 10 or
This
100
world
million
is full
balls.
of really interesting stuff. But you know the most interesting thing of all?
No, what?
That humans exist at all.
The universe developed in a very particular way to get here. If things were even slightly different, well, the galaxies and solar system and all of that might not have existed at all.
And that means humans would never be born. And even if everything happened exactly like that, the probability of human life developing is extremely low. And yet, here we are. Imagine a box full of ping pong balls, labeled 1 to 100 million. Would you be able to pick out the one?
Not likely.
But what if there were 100 million of you?
Well, then one of us would definitely pick up the one.
Exactly! The birth of humanity is so improbable that it's basically a miracle. But if there were multiple universes...
Then it wouldn't be strange that at least one of them had humans in it.
She is describing the anthropic principle. I may have underestimated her intelligence.
Yeah, she knows a lot about this. Okay, we're done with Iris. Let's talk to Oda about his things. The lost friend.
There's this kid, A. He's in elementary school. Well, A had this close friend named Suzuki. One day, after school, they're walking home together. A turns around to tell Suzuki a joke. And Suzuki is laughing his butt off. And he's laughing and laughing, and he laughed so hard that his eyes fell out of their sockets.
Oh, that's a good one.
What?
Well, they were hanging down out of his eye sockets. The nerves were still connected, but
Ouch. No, that
A
sounds
is
not
of course
fun.
in shock and doesn't know what to do. Suzuki just takes his eyeballs and jams them back into his eye sockets and keeps walking like nothing happened. So A asks him about it. Like, hey, are you okay? Your eyes fell out.
Your eyes fell
A is
out.
really concerned for his friend, you know? But Suzuki just says, yeah, I'm fine. He doesn't say anything about it. And by now, A is really curious. But he's not getting any answers. So they just part ways and go home. The story only gets weirder from here. The next day, A goes to school, and Suzuki's not there.
Only his eyes.
A is confused and asks his teacher about it.
His eyes fell out.
Hey, where's Suzuki today?
He's looking for them, but he can't see them, so it's hard.
And the teacher says, Suzuki? Who's that? There's no Suzuki in this class. A says, what are you talking about? And he goes and asks all of his classmates about Suzuki. They all say the same thing. I don't know him. There's no Suzuki in this class.
Look at that face.
So that kid must have jumped into a parallel world without Suzuki.
That's what I think.
Couldn't Suzuki just be an imaginary friend or something?
No, A was really serious about remembering Suzuki.
It is weird. And there's no way you can pop your eyeballs back in like that.
Well, not necessarily. There's such a thing as a dislocated eye. It actually isn't too hard to put your eye back in if it falls out.
Oh, no, I don't want this. This is weird.
Ota is correct. Dislocated eyes are easy to replace in their sockets.
No, I'm good. Thanks. Keep that to
As
yourself.
long as none of the nerves or blood vessels were damaged, there are usually no lasting negative effects either.
Except for the fact that your eye came out, and that sounds pretty freaking weird. That's pretty a lasting effect for me.
But that doesn't prove this Suzuki exists.
Well, I guess not, but
No, don't summarize. I got more things.
so there's this girl. Let's call her B. She's practicing piano in her room. And her little sister is watching TV in the same room. B asks her to turn the TV volume down so she can hear her piano playing, you know? So B goes back to practicing, playing a little bit. But her sister doesn't turn the volume down. She's not listening at all. So B turns around to scold her. She was really gonna let her sister have it. But she's gone. She's nowhere to be seen. She thinks, I wonder where she went. But then B hears her sister at the door. I'm home. B runs to the front door and sees her sister and her parents standing there. So B asks, when did you go outside? But her mom says, what are you talking about? She went shopping with me. B is really confused by all of this, of course. She asks her little sister about it, and she learns that her favorite TV show was on. And before she went shopping with her mom, she was deciding whether or not she wanted to stay and watch it or not.
So depending on her decision, a parallel world was made.
Yeah. What B saw might have been from the world where her sister stayed behind.
Now that's the butterfly effect. Where making a decision creates a whole new world line, so to speak.
I know a ton of stories like this. Like being suddenly transported 1 year into the future, and there's a missing persons report out for you. You look down at your phone, but you realize that it's not yours. It's not the one you remember having. You look through the contacts, and it's filled with names you don't recognize.
Sounds scary.
There's more, too. Like this town where everyone is Japanese,
That's the scariest part.
but they're speaking a completely different language. And all the signs and magazines and stuff have different letters. And it's not like Korea or China. It's the Japan we know, but the language is different.
That's a prime example of a parallel world.
I guess you don't have to learn them all.
It's sort of like a common experience.
Like if you're like, okay, I get it, just summarize now, but I want to learn all of them.
A lot of people have experienced waking up in an uninhabited world they've never seen before. And most of them describe seeing the same person. The spatial temporal man. He's supposed to be an ordinary old man wearing work clothes. The spatial temporal man guides people back to the real world. He tells them, this world is not for you, or something.
I'd like to meet him someday.
Okay, yeah, so we can finish it if we want, but I want to finish this.
So, this elementary school kid, let's call him C.
Why do they all
He
have
goes
letter
to school
names?
and there's a bunch of things on the floor. Postcards, towels, a coffee cup, rice bowls, a sink, lots of stuff. But C realized that those were all things from his own house.
How did they get to the classroom?
No one knows. It's not like anyone did it on purpose or there was a thief or anything.
Maybe something happened that made two parallel worlds fuse.
Yeah, maybe.
is all definitely real.
When did you two get so knowledgeable?
Oh, I don't know.
Tessa is always writing about this stuff on the internet. That's why I decided to research it too. That's how I learned all this stuff. Oh, hey. I know about conspiracies and secret societies too.
Oh no.
I find that stuff fascinating.
Oh no, it's Okabe.
If you want, we could talk about those.
Maybe next time. Now where's that omelet rice?
Done!
Oda brought the dish over. He laid out an omelet rice in front of me and Iris. Iris grabbed her spoon with a huge smile on her face.
Bon appetit!
Bon apple tea, she picked up a spoonful. No, actually, she tried to pick up a spoonful. And then she died. Yeah, that was weird.
Tessa, are you okay?
I'm fine. My hand slipped. Let's eat.
The parallel world is fading. Iris and I ate the omelet rice in near silence. There was no conversation. Just the sound of the spoon hitting the plate. The diner echoed with it. And before long...
Thanks for the food!
Iris was totally re-energized. Her face was back to her usual easy smile.
That was good. Ota, your omelet rice is seriously the best.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Aw, thanks. I owe it to my dad. He taught me well.
I paid for the food and stood to go.
Let's get going, Iris.
Thanks again!
Thank you! Come back soon!
Bye. Alright, so... yeah, we're done. Now to marble.